In my first book, Fermata Cellars, I've separated all of the chapters by the 4 different festivals of the ancient Celts. In the Beltane chapter, I talk about the ceremony that they're going to have. The Rivervine trilogy, which is the series of books that I'm working on, is about a haunted winery. The winery is haunted by a ghost named Zinfandel. The marketing director for the winery is a man named Manuel Chavez, who grew up in the vineyard as the son of a migrant farm worker. And now he's grown up, he's gone to college, and he's worked his way into the office as the marketing director. And this is how he experiences Beltane. The owners of the winery are pagan, and they celebrate the 4 fire festivals of the ancient Celts. Beltane is the fire festival. The word Beltane means bright fire, and if you're a Reconstructionist, you pronounce it Beltane. But Beltane is the cross quarter between the vernal equinox and the summer solstice. And that's one of the holidays that the Comadis celebrate. The Comadis are the people of Old Town Rivervine. That is the sect of mystics. That's what they call themselves. So this is Beltane. Tuesday, May 6th, 2003, 10 p.m. My fingers feel like rubber right now. I'm riding that same wave of euphoria that I had at Immel, only this time I'm not drunk. Even though tomorrow is my day off and I could afford a hangover, I still restrained myself in terms of how much meat I drank. What I experienced tonight had nothing to do with alcohol. There was something in the air. I could feel it. This was the real shit. My morning started off with the usual solitary tea ceremony under the orange tree. My racer snake buddy wiggled up next to me, looked me in the eye, then ran up the tree. When I got back to the office, Zavia reminded me to bring a shiny object, such as a coin or a piece of jewelry that I wouldn't mind parting with for tonight's Beltane ritual. I didn't ask why. I just figured it was another one of their weird customs, so I played along. But at the end of the evening, I realized it wasn't the bullshit I expected it to be. When I got to the oppidum, I saw a white, bright green, and cherry red ribbons adorn the trees and glittery ornaments sparkle from the limbs. When it came time for ritual, the Comadis had 2 bonfires this time. The smoke smelled different than the one in February. I couldn't quite place my finger on what they were burning. The scent of maple wood, perhaps? The more I focused on the fragrance, I picked up oak, madrone, grapevine, manzanita, pine, alder, holly, and honeysuckle as well. I recognized each of these woods from the numerous brush piles we burned during the spring cleanup of the vineyard when I was growing up here. Before entering the circle, Zavia led us in a meditation. Welcome, everyone, to our Beltane rite. Tonight we celebrate the twain between the vernal equinox and summer solstice. This is a time of fertility, be it physical, mental, creative, or financial. This is a time to appeal to the fae folk, our nature spirit friends, for assistance in showing us the paths to our desired blessings. Before we enter the oppidum, let us take a moment to clearly imagine what we want to manifest in the upcoming months. Everyone bowed their heads and closed their eyes for about a minute before she continued. I pulled out a golden Sacagawea dollar from my pocket and held it in both hands. Now gaze at this shiny object and visualize the manifested goal reflected in the luster. Another twinkling of contemplation befell the crowd. As you enter the circle tonight, you will walk between two fires. One is purification, and the other is fertility. Let the smoke from both of them smudge you. When the smoke clears, if your vision is to rid your path of something harmful that is hindering your greater good, toss your shiny object into the fire on the left. If your vision is to manifest a particular goal or reach a particular destination, toss your shiny object into the fire on the right. The Fae will see your request and carry your plea to the realm of mystery. If the outcome benefits the greater good of the universe, the Fae will guide you on a route toward manifestation. If something more appropriate to the greater good awaits you, they will deny your appeal and lead you on a more advantageous path. Have faith in yourself and trust in the ultimate beneficence. As we entered the oppidum, the percussionists rattled and everyone chanted, "Welcome buds, welcome fruit, welcome Fae in your pursuit. Shiny trinkets, shiny souls, blessed be these shiny coals. Fertile field, fertile mind, fertile body, strong and kind." When my turn came, I tossed my coin into the fire on the right and asked the Fae to help make my work at Fermata Cellars a success. I nodded in gratitude and thanked these new microscopic friends. Continuing to my place in the circle, I stared at the flames, letting them hypnotize me. The words of the chant registered in the back alleys of my psyche, but left the mundane level orphaned. Yes, I heard them, but they meant nothing to me as an ordinary person. Manuel Chavez no longer existed. This corporeal shell of a human being entered a realm where thought crossed through some unseen threshold to a new place filled with warmth and acceptance. I am a Kamadi now. This is what it's like. Beautiful. Oh, the honor. When it came time for the toasts, the mead made its way around the circle, and we toasted to the nature spirits, sharing our hopes for Beltane. I lifted my tankard and cried, "This Beltane, I ask for a fertile old town Rivervine. May we as a community grow in spirit, wisdom, and prosperity. And may I, as a newcomer, become part of this wonderful tribe and prove my worth to you all." I felt kind of dorky saying that, but the words just sort of popped out of my mouth. A few people cheered and clapped. That made me feel good. When the toasting finished, the balefire jumping began. Various couples, lovers, friends, family members joined hands, and one couple at a time actually leaped across the flames of one of the two bonfires. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. They're going to kill themselves. But the flames weren't very high, and amazingly, no one got hurt. Lily grabbed my hand, and I found myself bounding across a 3-foot diameter of simmering coals of the western fire. We landed on the other side unscathed. Whew. During our potluck dinner after the ritual, Zavia gave me the okay to talk to everyone about my marketing plan. She normally has a no business in the opium policy, but tonight she made an exception. After all, it is related to the fertility of our business, she advised. I went ahead and addressed the crowd. Hello, everyone. I have an idea to help promote our business district. It's a special event that will be called the Zinfandel Festival. We could hold it right at the end of harvest season in October or November. I'm picturing a street fair where we can have a sidewalk sale, craft booths, children's activities, and baked goodies. We have enough overhangs on the buildings to shelter us if it rains, and the date will be right before the holiday season, which is a great time to attract shoppers before they spend their money elsewhere. If we all pitch in with a cooperative advertising program, we can get publicity at very little cost to each of us individually. In return, the event will bring customers to our area, raise awareness of our political struggles, and garner support for the preservation of our historical structures. I'm thinking we could have live music here at the winery and maybe even some games for the kids. We can easily rent pop-up tents in the event it rains. Everyone seemed receptive. I didn't get any naysayers. The more we talked about the festival, from both a money-making and public awareness point of view, the more we reached consensus of the need to collaborate. So many vacant buildings exist in Rivervine, and the shops that are open aren't making much of a profit. We need to do something to revive the area's economy. We agreed to meet Thursday night at 6 p.m. at the winery to discuss organization of the festival. As we kept talking, the feeling of euphoria expanded. Somehow, I was able to muster up the confidence to speak in front of these people. I didn't stutter. I spoke with clarity and conviction. I was leading a very important campaign. People were listening to me. They agreed with me. They respected me. I have never been in such an important position before. Mom would be so proud. I did this with the Fae's blessing.